you very much for joining me here today. Now, I have great news. Actually, two great news. It's so cold here today, unbelievable. Actually, let me see the screen. I don't know. Let me see. 1 second. Huh? Hold on a second. Let me clean this thing. All right. I think it's better now. Okay, great news about Morgan. Morgan has gone into surgery. The leg is fixed now, and let's hope that it's not going to happen again. On yesterday's video, many people asked me, how is it possible that a metal plate breaks? As you know, Morgan had been operated we went into surgery about 3 weeks ago. He had a broken hip and two broken legs in the back. We fixed that. We fixed the broken hip and the two broken legs. The vet said, the traumatologist, the trauma surgeon said, keep still, total rest. Okay. Now, total rest, when your doctor tells you completely still, then you know what to do. You're gonna keep quiet. You're gonna keep still. You will not move. Very slow movements, because you can reason, and because you know that if you don't do that, then there might be problems. But dogs are not like that, unfortunately. They cannot reason. So for them, well, it's more difficult to control them. So the only way to do this is to you keep them on a crate or on an area where they cannot really move, and then you take them out for walks on a leash, carefully, slow movements. Okay, this is, yeah, and then that's it. Then it's gonna work out. But then there is a problem. Sometimes dogs, they just have sudden movements. Sometimes they do movements that are completely unpredictable, like just going on their two back legs and just picking out a window. And when something like this happens, then these kind of things, these kind of accidents happen. We take extreme precautions so that nothing like this ever happens, but it does happen. It's very difficult to completely stop a dog from moving 24 hours a day. You know, they go to bed, they sleep, and sometimes they stand up in the middle of the night and they move. So these things happen. It has always happened, and it will always happen. Not to us, to just everybody. Now, another problem that we seem to be having is the issue of infections. You have seen me in many videos saying we have a problem, there is an infection, multi-resistant bacteria. I seem to be the guy that's talking about multi-resistant bacteria. But the fact is that this multi-resistant bacteria, it is happening everywhere. It's not only happening in our vet clinic, vet hospital, it's happening in all of them. And it's happening not only in all the vet clinics and vet hospitals, it is happening in human hospitals. Statistically, the number of infections for hospital-borne, hospital bacteria is just super big. Super big, huh? How about that for a word? Super big. It's really big. Super big. So yeah. And then there's an issue with antibiotics. Over the years, they are losing potency, efficacy, and they're becoming less and less powerful. Bacteria are becoming stronger. So this is why I think we're having these issues. I mean, I know it's happening to every rescue group. I know everybody's having it. It's happening to every hospital. The measures that we take for cleaning and keeping everything super clean and super, it's never enough. It is never enough, and these kind of things are happening right now. I mean, Nano, which is just somewhere out there, is also having a problem with a bacteria, so I'm dealing with it. But Mia is at the hospital. Isidore just sent me an image of the injury, and yeah, he's doing better, but there is a bacteria there. So this seems to be a new reality and something that we're going to have to face in years to come. I know the scientific community For those of you that believe in science, because believe it or not, there are many people who don't, are trying to develop new vaccines, but the world is having a problem with vaccines, antibiotics. But the world is having a problem with antibiotics at the moment. They're losing their power, so to speak. So that was one of the good news. That Morgan has been fixed. His leg has been fixed, and that now, just please, Morgan, just don't move. Let's make sure that that your leg heals properly. The other leg is doing great, and the hip is doing great. No problem. Today we're having a very cold day here. It's supposed to be spring, but we're freezing. Now, the other good news that I have to tell you is that we are now able to deliver dogs to the United States, and this is really great. Now, about 4 years ago, just before the pandemic, we used to have a lot of adoptions in the U.S. They were great. Families we found there were excellent. I used to deliver the dogs myself, and wherever I went there, it was just beautiful, really nice. I met some incredible people. I met Patty, I met Greg, I met so many others, people in New York, people everywhere, all across the States. And they were all great adoptions. Kathy, I mean, really wonderful. Unfortunately, the situation changed after the pandemics. They changed the regulations, and it became impossible for us to send animals. Actually, we could send them with a cargo broker, but to do that, it was really expensive. I mean, $4,000, $5,000 for a dog. So it became not viable. We couldn't ask the adoptants, you, to pay for $5,000 to send a dog. People don't just do that. Maybe 1 in a million, but people don't do that. Also, it was necessary for a dog to come in. The United States had to fly with a U.S. citizen or with a U.S. resident, and we could never really organize this. I mean, I offered tickets, I invited people to come over here, but this thing just never materialized. But now, it seemed that since August, and I just found out that yesterday, because nobody told me, but since August, the regulations have changed, and now we can fly dogs like we used to, basically with us, accompanying us. If the dog is small, on cabin, if the dog is a little bit bigger, on the luggage compartment, where there's never been a problem. Sometimes people are afraid, what's going to happen? Can the dog travel with the luggages? Yes, they do. They travel in special compartments, and it's warm and it's nice, and there's never any problem. So, so it looks like right now we're going to be able to send, or actually, I should say, deliver dogs to the U.S. again. I am so happy about this. This is going to give us the chance to find homes for some of the animals that have been waiting for a long time, and at the same time reactivate and re-energize the community. So if you're watching this video, please, even if you don't know which dog to adopt, I mean, you might be looking at your animals, say, okay, well, maybe I can adopt a dog from Viktor, but which dog? There are so many. Just write to me. Write me. My email address is v.larkhill@gmail.com. Tell me everything about you and your animals, and then together we will find the perfect dog for you. I think that's a great way to go about it. Because maybe, I don't know, you don't remember all the dogs that we have, you don't want to watch all our videos. I understand, but just look around you. Do you think that you could add one more dog to your beautiful family? If that's the case, just write to me, and I'll find the doggy for you. I promise you, it's gonna be great. Then me or one of my brothers, I only have one that is involved in Let's Adopt, but maybe Jairo can go and deliver a dog for you. Maybe I can go. There are so many people that I need to see in the US, people that have been telling me that they would like to adopt for a very long time, good friends, real friends like Greg Galigati, Gino Southampton. Um, I think this is something that we should do. And if you're involved in Let's Adopt, if you wanna have one of our dogs, just write to me, and together we will see. Okay, look, these are the dogs that we have. I think this one will fit in your home. And maybe not this one, maybe another one. But this is really something that we must do. I know at the moment there's a lot of controversy of whether we should send dogs to the US at all. Whether I will be detained at the airport and sent to El Salvador. Somebody mentioned this yesterday in our Patreon community. I think their concern is valid. The situation is fluid. Let's say it that way. True, I'm not the stereotypical. I don't have tattoos in my face. I'm not involved in any gang activity. But there are mistakes happening. There are people detained by mistakes. There are people that, I don't know, in the past maybe they made comments and authorities don't like them. But people say in the past. I don't know. As I say, I'm not gonna go into politics here. But the situation is fluid. I think we can all agree on that. Okay? But you know what? I have flown all over the world. I have gone to really dangerous places. I have rescued animals from situations where really it was not a good idea to go there. But I went and I rescued the animal, and the animals are great and happily and having great lives. So I'm not afraid of going to the US. Well, where should I be? I mean, come on, I have you, I have so many friends over there, and nothing's gonna happen to me. What could happen? Imagine, hey, I got arrested because because I'm from Spain and I was bringing a dog to a family. Can you imagine? That would be really great news. I don't know if anybody will cover it, but it could be fun. Anyway, I really hope that nothing's gonna happen. So please, just don't worry about that. If you're interested in adopting, just write to me. We'll find a perfect dog for you, and I'll probably bring the doggy to you myself. And that way we'll just go back to the things that we used to do, that it was great. The other day someone wrote to me actually and said, look, I will donate $20 or something, but the condition is that you must not travel with dogs internationally to deliver them home. I was a bit sad. I said, why will this person say something like this? You know, whenever I have taken a dog to the US, I've always told the story and made a fundraiser. So if people donated for that trip, then we use that money to go on that trip. It's not like this is, oh God. You know that I've been to New York for one day and then back to Europe just to deliver a dog. You know that I've gone to India from Spain just for 5 hours and then catch another flight and go back. We've done these things from the beginning of our existence, and I hope that we will continue doing them. I'm not as young as I used to be. My resistance to 14-hour flight is not what it used to be, but I'm really dying to get on the road again and deliver our beautiful animals to you, to beautiful homes. So will you please write to me and tell me that you would like to adopt one of our dogs? I think that's going to be great for the community. That way, again, animals will be able to fly to the States, and we will be able to continue the beautiful stories that we always told. How does it sound? Okay, great. So Morgan, doing great. Just went into surgery. He's now resting, and hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to show you his surgery as well as his images returning to the great house. And then the greatest news, we can deliver dogs to the US again. Please, and this is a personal request, okay? Please, do not use the comment section to go into political tirades. There's no politics here. I know we all have political views. We all have the right to have them. But don't fight in a comment thread. because it really doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the political situation. Nothing's going to change. It doesn't help your stress levels. It doesn't help my stress levels. And the people, in the end, people just implode and leave. And then I just don't. I mean, there are much better places to argue about politics than this channel, who is apolitical and just rescues animals. And I have political views. So don't get me wrong. I have them. I'm very strong. But no, I mean, it's not the way. It really doesn't help the cause. If at some point I thought that my views were helping the cause, rest assured that I will just. But nobody cares. I mean, nobody really should care about what I think. You should care about what I do. And what I do is rescuing animals. And I cannot do this without your help. Whether you are on the left or the right, it doesn't matter. The center, you're at the bottom, doesn't matter. If you love animals, this is your place. And I'm your guy. So, thanks a lot for this. Please consider becoming a monthly donor. That's super important. Without this organization cannot continue. We are just flying from this, how do you say that? From the skin of our teeth, right? Isn't that, Linda? That's how we say it. We're really having problems at the moment. But and we are all doing everything we can to turn things around. And having, again, the possibility to deliver animals to the US is a great opportunity. Some of you may say, well, yes, but it costs more money than delivering the dog next door. Yes, but unfortunately, there is no home next door for our animals. So I'm gonna deliver them whenever that beautiful family is. So if you're in the States, I will bring the dogs to the States. If you're in Holland, I will bring the dog to Holland. If you are just there around the corner, I will go and I will deliver the dog to you. If you're in Australia, I cannot deliver them to you because you have very strong quarantine procedures. Japan, I cannot at the moment as well. But anywhere else that is possible, then I certainly will. I certainly will. So, and it also depends on the families, of course. Come on, not everybody, I mean, not every dog fits in every family. Just because you like dogs doesn't mean that, you know what I mean. Anyway, thank you very much for being here. Thanks for spending this time with me. Lots of love. I will see you tomorrow with Morgan's surgery, okay? And please, just do not fight about politics. It is already bad enough. There's no fight here. Lots of love. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. Again, sorry, Linda. Please join us as a monthly donor. We really need you. I always forget. We really need you. Okay? The link, the donation link is there. And it's going to be on the first comment after the video finishes. Lots of love. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Laura, take care.